The Twitter saga of Elon Musk continues. He put in a bid, according to SEC documentation, to buy the whole thing for $41.3 billion and take the company private in what he says is a needed move to make improvements to the product and to protect free speech. Now, this comes after an investment, I think it was last week. A brief dalliance was serving on the Twitter board of directors, that being canceled, and now this, an offer to buy the whole thing outright. There's been a buzz on Twitter about this. Lots to dig into here. I have to throw it to David because I'm excited to hear what he's going to say. David, go.
I'm going to say something fairly boring, actually. Just the discourse around this has really focused on the idea that this is a guy who, in theory, we'll talk about how seriously we should take this offer. But in theory, he's an individual who has the ability to buy this platform that a lot of people use that acts as a sort of public square, an agora, a way for people to discuss things that are important. People have referred to it as a public utility. And I think this purchase offer, above all, highlights that when you have something like this that is a platform that runs on a set of servers owned by a single company, somebody can just come along and buy it and change it at will. And if they're the richest or second richest guy in the world, they can do that multiple times and to all kinds of different things that are essential public services. And it is extremely ironic and troubling that I don't know a lot of the details, but it seems like Jack Dorsey is actually lining up behind Elon on this offer after Dorsey had said that he was going to pursue decentralizing Twitter, which would make something like this less possible. I'm a little confused on that point, so maybe somebody can help me out. But yeah, this is really about who has power, who has control, and how we should build systems so that that power and control can maintain in the hands of the right people.
I want to go back one day when we were talking about this, and Zach said there wasn't going to be any more interesting developments, and it looks like you were pretty wrong. This got way more interesting really fast. Might have been you, Jen. Someone said something stupid about it on this show, and I was like, you're wrong. It's going to get way more interesting, and it got way more interesting really fast. This is a holdup. This is a holdup in San Francisco right now. He literally just put a smoking gun to him and said, like, you either let me buy your company or I'm going to dump 10% of your stock on the open market, and I don't care what happens. It literally says that in the letter there, that this is his first and final offer, or he will consider selling off his 9.5% stake in Twitter right now. That's a lot of money on the table. And if he does start offloading that stock, I think that could really hurt Twitter going forward. And even if he steps away from this entirely, that could really hurt Twitter going forward. Like, I don't think Twitter is going to die. It's not going away. Elon leaving the platform or dumping the stock isn't going to kill it. But that would really hurt a lot of people who have a lot of money in Twitter, who are holding Twitter. Like, this is a big stock. This is a big tech stock. And him holding that much and threatening to dump it like a crypto coin out there, that's pretty rough for the company itself. Jen, I want to get your thoughts on this topic, though.
Yeah, when I was reading the story, I remembered Zach saying he couldn't wait to see what happens next in the saga. And I was thinking the same thing. I was like, oh, yeah, it's not over yet. And here we go. Like one day
I'm going to go back and watch.
I don't know who it was. And this was just, it was like shocking and surprising and not shocking and surprising all at the same time. I read that same quote from the filing will, and I thought, is that a threat? And there were just like so many nuggets in the story that make it just kind of funny. Like, Justin Sun is saying that, he'll come in and outbid Elon, which I thought was hilarious because he's consistently losing very public bids like this for really random stuff. What I thought about, though, is if Elon were to take Twitter over and really make this platform something open and something that supports free speech, what would that look like, right? Would it be a DAO? Would it remain a private company? How would we function on a platform like that? Because I know often on the show we talk about things like hate speech and hate crime and child pornography and publishing of intimate images that are not yours to publish. And platforms like Twitter have set up models that prevent people from doing those things. And I think when people can hide behind computer screens, the laws that rule our physical world don't seem to feel as don't seem to transfer to the digital world. And so I just wonder how Elon would actually bring this vision to life. And I would love to ask him, but I don't think he would answer me. But yeah, I don't know what that would look like. I wonder, David.
Yeah, just to kind of put a nail in that, right? Like, this is definitely one of the big topics that Elon is agitating about, is opening up Twitter, turning it into Gab or whatever. And you know, from a business perspective, we know that that's a looming disaster, right? Like, these platforms like Gab and things like that always struggle. They just like say we're going to do no moderation, then people actually do stuff that they can get away with on an unmoderated platform. Everybody panics, and it's just a downward spiral every single time, mostly because it's done in unsophisticated ways. So like that, you know, that's one issue. I also do want to highlight that, you know, I think I'm being a little bit glib, but I think we should take Justin Sun's and Elon Musk's offers with comparable amounts of seriousness, because let's really remember, right? Back in whatever it was, 2017, 2018, Elon Musk tweeted that he was going to take Tesla private at $420 a share. The SEC went after him for that. He has since been in other scuffles with the SEC about just making off the cuff random statements about financial moves on Twitter. This filing looks more serious. However, if you look at the Twitter chart, I mean, he's still up right now like 20% from when he bought his position. So, I mean, you know, come at me, Elon, but this could absolutely be a pump and dump where he's just like pretending he's going to do something and then he's just going to dump his stake. And I mean, I take the point about people who hold Twitter right now being at risk seriously, but they're also still up. Let's be clear. Like, it's just like when Tesla bought Bitcoin, that was good for Bitcoin. And then when Elon backed out of the whole idea, it didn't do quite as much harm as it had done good in terms of awareness and adoption in the first place. So, you know, those people, they might be in trouble, but it's the users who, if Elon actually made this move, would really take a hit, I think. Zach?
I think it's just like, also, I think you're right to be like, all right, let's take this with let's take a breath here. This is not a done deal. This may or may not happen. This is like the attention economy on steroids, and no one is a better ringmaster of the attention economy than Elon Musk. This is a masterful troll stroke. This whole thing has been just an epic troll saga. I'm going to say both ways. This could be the final chapter. This could be the beginning of a new era in this whole saga. I'm covered both ways, Will. Now I'm covered both ways. But really, I do expect Elon to maximize
so no matter what happens,
this.
You win.
He's going to maximize this for as much attention as possible. He is that guy, and he is enjoying it very much, I am sure.